What's up, everybody? It's me, Erica, and we are down here, girl, 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 girl. We are down here, girl. Listen, I'm stuffed up right in here. Last I woke up this morning and I was like all in here, sinuses stuffy. I'm like, what the hell? I don't know how it happened, but I don't know. I take vitamin C every single day, every day. So I'm stuffy. So sorry if I sound stuffy. I'm talking from my head because yeah, I'm in my stuffy stage. So annoying. Anyway, so hopefully it's not too annoying. Hopefully I'm speaking louder, but it's like, I'm a little stuffy. So pardon me. Okay, let's go down to the blogs, girls.
I sponsor the now. I sponsor the
Let me
blog.
tell you something.
Says Kim Kardashian's old interview resurfaces amid California wildfires coverage. Okay, let's hear what Kim says. Okay, let's see.
In an area where there would be fires a lot. And there was probably 4 times we had to fully pack up the house, everything out. House was catching on fire, property caught on fire, like really close to losing everything. First time, packed up my entire shoe and bag closet. And a lot of them because they were memory stuff from my dad, stuff in high school, but all designer stuff. Also videos, photos, whatever. Digitized everything, put everything important somewhere else. Second, pack up the designer stuff, but leave some of the clothes. I don't really need all the clothes. But I packed a hotel for months, bags and every designer thing that I had to come. Third time, leave all the bags and shoes. I don't need them. We got all the photos. We got all my little blankie when I was little. The kids stuff. Fourth time, leave everything. Me and my babies. That's all I need. I have all my photos digitized. I have everything digital. We got our passports. We're good. Now I'm like, nothing is worth it. Nothing is important. And I think that comes from life experiences, scary experiences, things shaking you to your core to make you realize that nothing is important. You can't, I know everyone says this, but like you can't take it with you. None of it is important. In an area where there would be fire.
I love how over time she realized what mattered. Yeah, I was talking to Nathaniel last night, and all the people making comments about, this is probably, Paris Hilton. She probably has another house, but still in your house. Well, how would you feel? It doesn't. I also thought about this. It's like it doesn't matter if it's Paris Hilton's house or it's the houseless person with all of their stuff and it burns up. It's this. I granted, it's the same feeling of losing everything. When I saw that 90-year-old man say that his history was in that house and he would start all over at 90 years old, I was like, oh my God, please. These people lose. It's not just famous people that live there or public figures. It's a lot of people and a lot of old money. So can you imagine their homes are full of their family's history? I said, for me, the most important thing for me is books and photos. I said music, but I mean I can leave the music. I mean it's whatever. I can leave that, but it's photos for me and books, of course, and your important documents, right? Um, Living in California, one of the things, and I don't know if my grandmother, whenever there was an earthquake, she would remind us to have a bag in the closet or whatever, have a bag or in your trunk somewhere with essentials in them. So in case, like a pair of shoes, a pair of clothes, and essentials, right? And so I've, it's so weird because I have a bag in my closet now. So if in case anything happens, and I know, and it's because of earthquakes, right? But Sacramento doesn't have earthquakes. I mean, there was an earthquake, but it's not. They don't really have earthquakes. But because I was, I'm from California, we have earthquakes. my grandmother used to just always say, like, have a bag, have your stuff in your closet ready if you need to grab something and you're not running around looking for stuff. Also, a fireproof safe. Even if you live in a modest home or whatever, still get a fireproof safe with your passport in there, your social security cards, stuff those important documents, so that if anything happens, it's not going to burn up. A fireproof safe, right? Or you could just grab it, or some of those safes, you can get them at Costco and stuff like that. They have handles on them, so you could just grab it and go. You don't have to worry about it. Um, so I saw a lot of posts with like what to pack and just have your stuff ready, because you just don't know. And it's better, to me, my motto is it's better to be prepared than to be, your nervous system out of whack because you're running around trying to figure out what you need. So God bless those people. You know what I'm saying? So, and, Nate and I were talking last night and we're like, I know that when it's all said and done, they're probably going to find more people that were unable to get out. But the fact that, I don't know, this morning, today is the, what's today? The 10th. Today is the 10th. This morning at 7:33. I don't know if there have been more deaths um, in the count. It says 10, and more than 90,000 structures damaged or destroyed in LA fires. Windy weather continues. So the death toll is now up to 10. I thought it's actually pretty good. Like, it is actually really good that all of those people, as many the ratio between as many people that was affected versus how many people have died, while we're like, oh my god, sorry if they lost their lives, but the ratio is so low. It's like, it makes you feel like kind of a relief that more people, you would think, because when you look at that, look at from an aerial view. And shout out to all the content creators and people using their drones to get pictures and share them with the folks, because first of all, it's fantastic. Like, it is like amazing to see fires like that, and to see the wind like literally pick up, like it looks like the wind is picking up balls of fire, and then like traveling with them, and then they're just landing, of course, and starting a fire. It's so weird that the fires are in the northwest, and then the northeast in Pasadena. That, like, they're on each sides of each other, but very, very old money and affluent neighborhoods. Um, Ricky Lake, all these, celebrities, they're losing their homes and they're losing everything. I was thinking about Eric Brennan from Days of Our Lives, or Young and the Restless. The older man, you know who I'm talking about. He is it Young and the Restless? Young and the Restless. Is it Young and the Restless? I think it's Young and the Restless. Girl, let me see. Because, I need to, let's see. Yeah, Young and the Restless. Victor Newman. Yeah, he was crying. He's 83 years old. He lost everything too. These are old people. That's what I'm saying. Like, in these neighborhoods, it's old money. Old people, old money. Pasadena, Altadena, that's old money. Remember Erica Jane used to live in Pasadena. Remember that house? It's old money up there, period. At the same time, these people are losing their homes. Yes, they may have another home, but this is if it's their main home. They have their stuff in there, their awards. You know what I'm saying? Their pictures, all of those things, their artwork. Girl, I'm sick. I'm sick thinking about it. I feel like crying for those people. I was crying last night, child, because my high school is gone. You know what I'm saying? I'm not gonna get emotional about it because it's just really sad. And I see people in the comments like, oh, because they're talking about the celebrities, right? But I mean, there's other those neighborhoods are full of other people that are not public figures, right? Just wealthy people, affluent people. Some people not. Some people, when the fire starts moving down, of course, it's affecting a lot of people, and they're all in random places. A fire started in West Hills. Apparently, somebody actually started that, and they caught that person. So it's really sad. It is really sad. And I just think about, like, I'm thinking about rebuilding. They don't even have the fires contained. Fires containment status. Fires that leave at least 10 dead decimate Los Angeles area. Over 5,300 structures destroyed as Palisades fire continues to grow. 180,000 people. And when you look at the fires on the map, they're like in totally different locations. So, and then I got really mad when I found out that a lot of those people's fire insurance was just canceled. So not only did they lose everything, they're not going to be able to recoup anything because they don't have fire insurance. And I thought it was weird. Somebody said that the mayor did not cut funding for the fire department, and that was a fake headline, and it's been corrected. Um, so that's something. Hold on. They said they've reached 6% containment by 6 p.m. on Thursday. They're using inmates and paying them $10 an hour. But the funding, the cutting of the funding. Los Angeles Fire Department funding cuts. Okay, it says a month. Okay, this was 14 hours ago. A closer look at Mayor Bassett and the budget cuts to the LA Fire Department. It says budget cuts to the fire department are a point of contention, but the full picture is complicated. Fires in LA. This is the owner of the Los Angeles Times took to X to blast Mayor Karen Bass for cuts. Fires in LA are sadly no surprise, he wrote, yet the mayor cut the LA Fire Department's budget by 23 million. But as with much of the news swirling around the fires, the real picture is complicated. Facing lower tax revenues and higher operating costs, Ms. Bass did indeed approve a budget for the fire department's current fiscal year that was $23 million less than the previous year. That included eliminating 73 vacant civilian positions and reducing money available to pay firefighters over time by 7.9 million. The total allocated as 819 million was enough to include 3 new firefighting academies, classes, and some new gear. But when the budget was approved last June, the city and firefighters union were still negotiating a new contract, and the fire department's budget did not yet include expected raises. Okay. The spokesman for Los Angeles City Councilman Bob Blumenfeld explained that this is a common budgeting practice, that while negotiations are in progress, money for anticipated pay raise is not allocated to the department but approved separately in unappropriated funds. When the two sides reached an agreement in November, the money was moved over to the fire department's pot, according to Mr. Bloomfield's office, meaning this year's fire department budget is actually $53 million more than last year. Still, the budget picture is far from rosy. Chief Kristen M. Crowley of the LA Fire Department wrote a memo to the Fire Commission last month saying overtime cut was creating an unprecedented operational challenges, but in fulfilling everyday tasks like payroll processing and long-term planning, the mayor's emergency like big wildfires or earthquakes. She wrote that specialized programs, including air operations and disaster response, relied on staff working overtime hours and were at risk for becoming less effective. She added that the loss of civilian positions was also squeezing firefighters who had to backfill some of those responsibilities. Like, y'all, in the United States, when I tell you, if they can figure out a way to like overwork someone, it is so sad. It is so sad that like this country is just literally reliant on labor, slave labor, like literally reliant on slave labor. And I mean, if it's just contracted and you get paid, but these people in the jail system are fighting the fires. And I think, well, I don't know. And I feel like those people, because they helped in the fire, maybe when they get out, they can do something with the fire. They can be considered, especially if these people are like non-violent offenders and you guys have them out there fighting fires and they really are not trained. You understand what I'm saying? It's just like figure out a way to get somebody overworked, figure out a way. It's just really sad. Just the whole thing is really sad. So Kim Kardashian, yeah, after a while, it's like you don't even care. So that's what she said. Let's see what else is on Hollywood Unlocked. Chris Brown calls for a ceremony parade and reduced sentences for firefighters, first responders, and nearly 800 CDCR prisoners deployed to battle the Los Angeles fires. LA, make sure y'all throw a ceremony or parade for these firefighters and first responders after this. Also, prisoners who are out there risking their lives need time knocked off their sentences. Just saying. Nearly 800 prisoners now helping battle LA fires. The prisoners who voluntarily signed up to be a part of the Conservation Fire Camps program are embedded with the California Department of Forestry and Fire Protection crew members, CAL FIRE. The participating individuals were paid $5.80 and $10.24 per day, plus $1 an hour when responding to active emergencies, according to the CDCR. $5.80. But if they are in, I guess they're in a conservation camp program, and so they want to be firefighters. That's something they're interested in. I kind of agree with Chris Brown. I do. I don't know about a parade or a ceremony, but I feel like knocked some time knocked off of their sentences, and an opportunity to work for the fire department. Because what am I doing all of this for? And then if you really about rehabilitating and helping people, yes, that's something I agree with that. I agree. I agree with him. Let's see what some of the comments say. I'll be the first to tell you that it is a fact that prisoners are out there on the front line. I was one of them in 2018 and 2020. Although we worked our asses off for crumbs, the real satisfaction came from helping people. Our efforts at times seemed useless because the fires were so unforgiving, but it did give us a sense of purpose. I fought the first Hearst fire and the Paradise fire. They had them up. That's one up here. And it did the same thing, leveled everything. We were on them fires for months, sleeping in the mountains, 24 up and 24 down. This Palisade fire reminds me of the Paradise fire. Sheer devastation. Prayers up to all. This guy's name is Desmond. Desmond said he was out there for the Paradise fire, and allow them to be firefighters when they get out. Heavy on the reduced sentence because $10 a day is crazy. They need to have a ceremony for Christopher Maurice Brown for being the GOAT. Girl, take his dick out of your mouth, girl. Not true, Waka. Y'all got to do research, please. Congress approves those funds, not the president. That's why you can't believe social media, because they be lying to y'all. How about he donate to the fires and the first responders, okay? Put your money where your mouth is. I agree with every sentence, and the prisoners should be granted early release and have a job waiting for them when they get out. I agree with that, helping them. Of course, you got to do the tests and all the stuff, but giving you an opportunity to go in there. All right, let's see what else is happening. It's a lot of fire coverage. Sheryl Lee Ralph explains why she and her husband have never lived together in nearly 20 years of marriage. Let's listen to this.
I'm very fortunate. The man that I am married to, Senator Vincent Hughes, 7th Senatorial District of Philadelphia, he has his own life. I have my own life. He has his own real career. I have my own real career. He has his light to stand in. I have my light to stand in. So he is not looking at me thinking about status or this or that. He's doing his thing. I get to do my thing. We also live in separate places. When I go to see him, love to see him. When it's time to leave, bye-bye, see you soon. I'm telling you, life is good. Perfect. I get to be the real good wife.
Let's see what some of the comments say. It's giving open marriage, but I'm happy she's happy. Let's mind our business. Word to the wise. Do what works for you. My grandparents were married for 50 years. After a while, they had separate bedrooms and shit worked out lovely. Moral of the story is everyone needs their own personal space and everything will be copacetic. Yeah, this thing where they put you in proximity to a person and you have to share every single space with them. the bed, the everything. Girl, go away from me. Actually go to another house. That's what Whoopi Goldberg said. A lot of women are like, I don't want you to live with me. We can be in a relationship, we can have a partnership, but I don't want you to live with me. We're not doing this codependent up under somebody. I always got to see you, girl. When I see you, it's lovely. When it's time to go, it's time to go. I'll see you next time. Whatever you do, you do. Whatever I'm doing, whatever it is, right? I love this. My husband and I talk about this all the time. I like the house hot. He likes it cold. He snores loud. I'm a light sleeper. I burn incense all the time. He has asthma. Two avoidant attachment types married to each other. This is a level of security that most will never achieve. Good for them, right? 20 years of marriage, she might be onto something. What works for her and her situation? We listen and don't judge. Why would you judge them? Y'all want to be up under these niggas all the time? No, you don't. Because after a while, you just really don't. And you want your own space. Unless you have some codependent behaviors. And then you want to be, all right, buying cap and gowns. You know, my son is graduating from high school this year. So I got to get some cap and gowns and stuff like that. Today is by the 13th, I need to get it. So I can get the early bird special. Come on, early bird. So whatever works for Sheryl Lee Ralph. I feel like more people would have longer relationships if they designed them the way that they really wanted them, instead of trying to replicate something that, I mean, we can see it doesn't work. It doesn't work for the majority. Come on, the divorce rate is 50%, 53%. The divorce rate is high, and people are they're learning, like, I don't want to share space with you. We could be together, but I don't want to share space with you. So I think it's whatever. Although I live with my man, he travels a lot for work, and I wouldn't have it any other way. It is the most peaceful relationship I've had in my life because of the distance. We don't have nothing to argue about because we both have space to be ourselves instead of being up under each other. So when he returns home, we just focus on spending time together and just love. I get sad when he's gone, but I view it as a reset to make sure I'm always mentally, emotionally, spiritually, and physically better for the betterment of myself and our relationship. See, good. It works for some people, but some people have, I think a lot of people learn, like, you have to have this like codependent attached at the hip. It's just me and you against the world type shit. This is every cheating husband's dreams. He's not even living a double life. If he is cheating, I guess, I don't know. I mean, and wife too, right? You think he's cheating, she might be cheating too. Well, good for Sheryl Lee Ralph, okay? Judge grants Megan Thee Stallion restraining order against Tory Lanez. Meg testifies saying she's fearful of his release. I feel like maybe he'll shoot me again. Lanez isn't eligible for parole until September 2029. The restraining order Judge Bloom is issuing will be effective for 5 years through January 9th, 2030. The court does not believe the facts in this matter show both unlawful violence and a threat of violence and willful course of conduct that seriously harasses a petitioner and serves no legitimate purpose. I'm signing the order at this time. Good. Good, good, good. Great. They proved this man was messing with her from prison, and y'all mad about it? Meg, stay on his neck and don't let up. What you say you do in the music anyway, show them better than you can tell them. Now, Megan, girl, please, that man ain't worried about you. He's trying to come home to his son.
I just, girl, stop.
The fact that she's still lying when evidence proved whoever shot her wasn't the same height as Tory, meaning he was too short, I don't like her no more. So wait, you believe the proof that she's lying, but not the proof that she's being harassed and fearing for her life? You realize you cannot charge anybody for something unless they have proof, right? Tory didn't even take the stand to vouch for himself. Somebody said, y'all are slow. Let's see. How do you file a restraining order on a person who's already locked up? Tory, just do your time. Lift some weights, communicate regularly with your family, read, and stop being a weirdo. Cancel Meg. I grew up in Toronto and know Tory personally, and whatever is being said about him is so disgusting. Like, this man is not who they portraying him to be. He hit August Alsina because he didn't speak to him. Y'all, I don't understand. I don't understand it. I really don't. The people are mad at Megan. Tina Knowles reveals she lost her Malibu bungalow in LA fires. It was my place, my sanctuary. The rapper and Kristen Corley finalized divorce after nearly 6 years of marriage. Good for them. It's over. Quick, very quick. Quicker than Kenya Moore. Quicker than some of these girls. According to a new report from TMZ, the couple told the court they've come to terms to wrap up their divorce. Corley labeled the marriage as irretrievably broken. In the filings, mentioned that she and Grammy-winning artist haven't been together in over 6 months. Oh yeah, there's a clause when you're like file for divorce, you can't have sex with the person or something like that. Is that still a thing? I don't know. So tell me if that's still a thing. Like you file for separation and you can't like have sex with the person, and then you can go for, if you haven't had sex with the person, you can move forward with the is that still a thing? While the specifics of the settlement are still under wraps, Corley affirmed that she went through an agreement and considers it fair and balanced. The divorce will officially wrap up once the judge gives the green light to the agreement. Let's read a couple comments. After that trip, his marriage went to pieces. Prayers up for anyone going through a breakup. That shit is not easy. She was tired of being a single wife. At least they did it peaceful. Hey, yo, Chance Trinidad Carnival is coming up. I'm just saying, though. I knew it was over when I saw that man dancing in Jamaica. The trip to Jamaica is all I have to say. Nigga ruined his music career for her, by the way. Her face is strong as shit. She has a strong face. That's why Caribbean people don't like dating outside their own a lot of time. I know Chance happy. Back to Trinidad he goes. After he was caught liking tweaks of a trans person. Somebody said, so she's not trans. I don't care how many moon bumps and side poses you do. I like how she moves. I feel bad for the kids. Fame will do it to you. Congratulations to her. It says she looks masculine. I don't know. She just has like a very defined jaw. I don't think she looks. Let me see other pictures. I don't think so. I don't know what y'all be talking about. And then when they say that cis women suffer from transphobia or victims of transphobia, this is what they're talking about. When y'all be in the comments saying that, saying stuff like this. She's a man. She got a strong face and all this other stuff. Just, and y'all swear up and down that cis women, natural women, biological women, whatever y'all, what did y'all say? Natural born woman. I don't know any natural born women. I know natural born females, but I don't know any natural born women. Woman, I don't know. I don't know. So anyways, so Chance the Rapper and Kristen finalized their divorce. Good for them. Stephen Twitch boss mother calls Allison Holker drug claims misleading and hurtful. So let's read what Twitch's mother had to say, right? Yesterday we read what Allison had to say. Now his mother is coming out saying, our family is absolutely appalled by the misleading and hurtful claims made about my son, Stephen Boss. The recent publications spreading untruths about Stephen have crossed every line of decency. As a mother, I will not let these accusations go unanswered. We will not stand by while his name and legacy are tarnished. Y'all act like Twitch was a king of a small country. Girl, he does not deserve this, and the kids don't deserve this. For the last 2 years, I have remained quiet and away from the public eye to protect my family. The primary focus has been on healing and attempting to remain connected to my grandchildren. Yeah, because there was reports saying that she doesn't let Allison doesn't. It's hard to see the kids, apparently. But when I realized these dreadful claims about my baby, our beloved Stephen, I realized I could not stay silent any longer. Our family will ensure his name and memory are protected, and we are committed to defending his honor. Connie Boss Alexander. Hashtag stand for Stephen. Hashtag Boss Family United. Hashtag SLB, hashtag LLSLB. Let's read some of the comments. Be careful who you marry. Y'all always say that. Well, be careful. Y'all think you should be marrying motherfuckers after being with them for 2 years. So be careful who you marry. You want to spend a lifetime with a person you've only known for 2 years. So be careful who you marry, right? Be careful when you go out on these dates. Everybody you sit across is not a potential to be a partner, let alone a life partner, motherfucker. I swear to God, y'all always say that. Be careful who you marry. Girl, they've been married 13 years. 13 years. How she know that what was going to happen? Girl, if he was suffering so much, how did she, as his wife of 10 years, not have a clue? This is telling me that there was no emotional intimacy in that marriage whatsoever. He was married, yet he was alone. No one truly knows a man that isn't his woman. Family is always so quick to cast judgment, but have no idea what goes on behind those closed doors. Also, two things can be true at once. He can have an addiction and still be a good guy, but to bash her for sharing her truth is kind of crazy. As a mother, I too will defend my child against accusations that can be false. This is one of those times when I don't give a fuck about no vows a wife, vows, VOWELS, vows a wife took when I carried a child and birthed them. But the irony is, just because you carried a child and birthed them does not mean you own them for their life. And there's a possibility that your child, you know how many people have children who do bad things or who are, I mean, and then like the lady said, addiction is not even a bad thing. He could be addiction and be an addict and be a good guy. Who asked for the book though? With all due respect, you can't possibly know what a wife or husband knows about each other unless you're living with them. But maybe the wife should have left it private. She didn't have to say a word. I think she should be investigated. If he wrote it in the diary, it should stay in the diary. Let me tell you, what's crazy is public figures says most people's journals have been used posthumously for published books, although pinpointing an exact number is challenging. Some notable examples are the Diary of Anne Frank, the Journals of Sylvia Plath, the Letters of Vincent van Gogh, the Diaries of Virginia Woolf, the Diary of a Young Girl, Anne Frank, the Notebooks of Malty Lourdes Briggy. These examples illustrate that many journals and diaries have been published posthumously, contributing to our understanding of the individual and their context. The practice is common, particularly with well-known figures whose personal writings offer valuable insight into their lives and times. Your son is a public figure, ma'am. I mean, but the way they we have to defend his honor. It's a little, I feel like, I don't know. I don't know how it feels. I haven't had this happen to me, but I feel like they doing the most. I feel like it's just doing, and then the people in the comments are doing the most. I don't know. They said it was her gun that he used. So, I mean, they did an investigate. I'm sure they investigate. And anything like that happens, they always are looking at the spouse. We watch all of these true crime stories, and it's always the spouse, right? Woman or man, it doesn't matter. When the spouse dies, we looking at you. First person we looking at. No foul play, no drugs in his system. How is saying that he may have had an addiction, how is that tarnishing his his legacy? What is it? His honor? How is that tarnishing his name? I guess you just have a negative view of people, of addicts, and you think that saying that somebody may have been an addict is tarnishing, but you don't know your son like that, girl. Sorry. Yes, you love your son and this and that, but what he's doing at home, what he's going through, like, Everybody is confused. Y'all was close, right? They said Twitch and his mother were close. Did she not see the signs to get him some help? So everybody around Twitch did not know that he was dealing with issues. Not even the person he lived with. So what do you think that you know about your son if the person he lived with did not know? It's something to think about. At the end of the day, he chose her. Stop expecting your legacy to be continued when you're married to people that don't even respect your ancestors' legacy, girl. This man has his own demons to fight. How is this anyone's fault? Wife is speaking on her experience. Clearly, mom didn't know either. That's what I'm saying. What experience lied? And she said he was an addict, but top autopsy stated no drugs were found in his system. And then they said she changed her name. Remember, the person said she changed her name online. She took boss off. She was probably pissed off. You are living with somebody, in a relationship with somebody, in a marriage with somebody for 13 years, and they take themselves out. They die by suicide. People get angry. Yeah, I'm taking, you don't know what she's going through, right? Her husband just killed himself. She might have been pissed off. I don't even want your last name, motherfucker. How could you do this to me? How could you do this to us? How could you do this to your family? How could you do this to your friends? People get angry. And a lot of people are directing their anger towards her, and they're really actually angry at Twitch. But she's the closest person to him, and she wrote a book about her experience, and now y'all are mad at her. I was like, oh, they don't like Allison. So I don't know if people think she needs to be investigated. It was her gun. She's saying he was an addict. I guess you got to go read the book. I'm sure excerpts of the book will be placed on the blogs. Their demons should not be brought to light. It's sad. The whole thing is sad, and this shows you the effects that suicide have, the after effects that suicide have on the person's family and friends. And I mean, it is what it is. So that's all I have to say about that. So go ahead and get in the comments. Let me know what you think about the topics. Twitch's mom, Sheryl Lee Ralph, right? Giving the firefighters commuted sentences, an opportunity to work for the fire department. Kim Kardashian saying that, every time she had to evacuate, she just kept leaving stuff. Digitize your pictures, y'all. I mean, and I think most pictures are digitized now, but like your old pictures and stuff like that. I have a lot of pictures too. And so that's it. So that's all we're going to do today. So take care of each other, protect your energy. Let's get down in the comments.